And there they go.
Welcome back to RacingNews.com. I'm Magic, and a field of 10 3-year-old boys are going to try and go a one-turn mile at Aqueduct in Saturday's Gotham Stakes, the 10th and final race at Aqueduct. And with me to preview this race is Dr. Miranda. Dr. Miranda, we know that you're very talented with the Kentucky Oaks Trails, but what a lot of your fans might not know is that you are equally as talented outside of the Kentucky Oaks Trail, and so I'm excited. We're on the Derby Trail. You've got 10 horses. Bob Baffert is sending Rockefeller out to Aqueduct, but he's not the favorite. Where are you going with this field? It's kind of interesting.
We're going to start with the number 1, Running Son of a Gun. This horse recently has gone 2 for 2 at Aqueduct at 6 furlongs. He's only raced in 2 maiden claimers and then an optional claimer last time out. So hopping into a G3 is a little worrisome to me. He likes to stalk the pace and was able to run down the winner in his last race. So I do like his running style, but I think this class step up and the added distance just makes him a pass for me. The number 2, Glider. At 8-1, I honestly love this horse. He has been consistently getting better each time out. His last race was an 81 buyer on his debut on the dirt, but he also finished behind Emmanuel, who is one of the top contenders in the Fountain of Youth this weekend in Florida. So if you like that horse, you have to kind of take this one in consideration. He has more of a turf pedigree, but the fact that he did so well on the dirt on his first try is very appealing. The number 3 is Golden Code. Todd Pletcher brings this colt in the Stakes Company after just breaking his maiden last month. Now, he did win by 10 lengths, which makes you kind of look at him a lot, but this race has added distance and a bit more competition. That race was also on a muddy track, so with that said, I'm going to pass on him completely as well. The number 4 is From Another Mother. Another maiden winner, but at least he won on dirt surface, and it was dry. He broke his maiden in January Aqueduct on a 6th try. They then, for some reason, put him in the Remsen and did terrible, finishing 17 lengths behind the winner. His last race where he did pop up to an 87 buyer after running a 64 in the Remsen, but he was also on Lasix for the first time. There's no Lasix in this race, so it's going to be a hard pass again. And then the number 5, Dean's List. So we have a horse who is 2 for 2, broke his maiden first tryout, then won an optional claimer running an 86 buyer, which is more than a lot of these horses can say. He has a lot of early speed. And this race typically favors to speed and more mile runners versus like the typical Derby, 1.1 miles, a little bit longer. He has a lot of early speed, like I said, but he has to get the distance, which is a huge question mark for me. A lot of these horses, but I just think that this is one horse that actually can get the distance versus a lot of the others. The number 6 is Life is Great. So looking at this name, you may think, wow, he's amazing, just like Life is Good. Well, this horse is quite a bit different in his early career. Broke his maiden on his 5th try, and then since then hasn't won a race. He's been in Stakes Company, which is a lot more than these horses can say. He's finished 5 lengths behind Morello, who's also in this race. I just don't think this horse has what it takes to be in the graded Stakes Company yet. I'm just going to pass. And the number 7, No Need to Worry. The longest odds on the board, finished 5th in the Withers after being able to pass the tiring courses in the stretch. He likes the distance. He won back-to-back at this distance at Parks at 1 mile. Now, it wasn't the best of competitors, though. He also adds blinkers, so that could be a plus. There is some speed in this race, so it could set up for a closer to be able to board. But like I said, typically it favors to speed. And then the number 8 is Bold Journey. He was able to wire the field in December, breaking his maiden after beating out Golden Code. He made his comeback last month in the Gander. And watching that race back, it looked like he was home free in the stretch, but then he tired out in the last furlong. This race is the exact same distance, so I don't like the fact that he got tired at 1 mile just last month. And then the number 9 is Morello, your favorite, has won both of his starts by at least 4 lengths. His last race was the Wingfield, where he beat out Life is Great, and who I dislike a lot. So I don't love this horse. The competition wasn't the great in his last start. He's never raced this distance before. I just don't love him. That's all I'm going to say about this horse. I look back at everything. I think there's other people that you can bet in this race. And the number 10 is Rockefeller. Bob Baffert is sending him out from California. You know he has some talent if he's going to ship him all the way out here. He also is not going to get any Kentucky Derby points, so that has a lot to say right then and there. He is the class of the field, running in 3 graded stakes and winning the Nashua last fall. He doesn't seem to like 2 turns, like you can see in the Sham and the American Pharaoh. So I think this race should trip out for him, only going a 1-turn mile. So with all of that said, I'm going to go with the number 5 Dean's List. I think he has the speed to take this entire field gate to wire. Underneath an exacta box, I'm going to add in Glider and Rockefeller, so a 2-5-10. And then the trifecta box, I have to put in Morello in case he upsets me. It'll be a 2-5-9-10.
Yeah, I know you're trying to rage against the favorite here, but you're still going to try and kill in the name of getting some tickets home. Head over to racenews.com. We got free picks for every race, every track around the country. We also have full coverage of the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks Trails over at youtube.com/racingdudes. Hit like if you like the video, hit subscribe if you like it. Tell us below in the comments who you think's winning the Gotham Stakes at Aqueduct on Saturday. We'll see you at the track.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels, never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,